Hi, and welcome to the Magic of Giving. Central Florida is well known for the magic of its famous theme parks and attractions, but there's another kind of magic here, a magic that touches the lives of residents in need of assistance. That magic is spread by people who dedicate their lives and their calling to helping others. They work for Central Florida's nonprofit organizations, and that's what this show is all about. In each episode, we will feature one of Central Florida's nonprofit organizations and reveal the magic they share as they change the lives of those that are less fortunate. There are a lot of people in Central Florida who need a hand up. And in today's show, we introduce you to an organization that provides the most essential of all, the Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida. They provide food to the community throughout Central Florida. And with me are Greg Higgerson, Vice President of Development for Second Harvest Food Bank, and Karen Broussard, Vice President of Programs. Thank you, first of all. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with so much food in America, why is it that there are those that are going hungry and without food today? It shouldn't be. Why is
Well,
that?
that's true. And, you know, there's really never been a shortage of food. You're right, that isn't the issue. But the last time I was down at the grocery store or the big box store, they weren't pushing free carts of food out the door. You have to buy it. And you have to have enough money all the time to buy enough food and all the other things in your life. And in America today, there's a real struggle around that issue for lots of different reasons, almost always an economic reason. But lots of folks out there, whether it's families, individuals, senior citizens, kids just trying to grow up, all of these folks in a low-income situation are struggling for enough food. And a lot of difficult choices are being made.
Now, how big is the problem in Central Florida?
Well, we know that last year alone, people sought assistance with food in Central Florida almost 4 million times. So, you know, that gives you some sense of the size and scale of it. And I wish I could tell you that all of the organizations that are dedicated to helping with hunger in Central Florida, like Second Harvest, were fully meeting that need. But the truth of the matter is there's still a fairly substantial gap of need that exists. And, you know, when we know who's standing in that gap, it's sort of essential that we keep working to close it.
And what exactly does the Second Harvest do to help the struggling families out there?
Well, we do a lot, actually. One of the biggest things that we do is through what we call agency relations. We have a network of between 500 and 600 partner agencies across the 6 counties that we serve. Those are the food pantries, the soup kitchens, the residential shelters, and other types of institutions and organizations that actually distribute food out into the community or feeding people one-on-one. So we work with that group of people to make sure they're getting adequate food or as much food as possible. We work on improving the nutritional value of that food because we do believe it's important to get the healthiest food that we as is possible out to those folks. And then we also have a number of programs ranging all the way from programs specifically feeding children to providing SNAP or food stamp outreach and assistance. But we also are working on other programs that help stabilize folks. And we have a culinary training program now. So eventually, those folks who leave that program won't need to be online anymore.
So what exact geographical area do you cover? I mean, we say Central Florida, but can you break it down?
Sure. That's the six counties adjacent to the Tri-County area. So to name them, it's Seminole, Orange, Osceola, Brevard, Volusia, and Lake County on the west side. Right. Those are our areas. We also do some work in Marion. So we do assist with providing food up in Marion County. So in one way, there's the 7th county. Yeah.
See, now logistics challenge, I can imagine. Can you explain the logistical process on how food comes in and then how you get it out to the community?
Sure. You know, we talked about lots of food being out there and extra food in our society. The vast majority of our food products that we distribute are donated by companies within the food industry. So we're talking about manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, farmers, and other entities who have extra food to donate for one reason or another. And we get that food in both from here in Central Florida and from outside of Central Florida as part of our connection with the Feeding America network of food banks nationally. We get some of the large national donations here in Central Florida. And we're able to distribute, last year, nearly 60 million pounds of food out to those partner agencies that Karen mentioned that are out there on the front lines that are feeding people in need. And that's enough food for about 53 million meals. So again, very, very proud of the dent that we're making in the hunger problem, but always mindful of that gap that exists.
Now you mentioned partnering, or in the future, your future vision is partnering with organizations. Do you partner with anybody right now in the Central Florida area, and who do you partner with?
Many partners that we're working with. We work with CareerSource in terms of job training and our job training program. We work with, I'm going to draw a blank here.
Well,
Yeah.
the very nature of our mission has to do with collaboration, because we are the provider of food to those nearly 600 partner feeding programs, all of which are nonprofits out there that are, doing what they can, but they need that resource. And so working together with all of them, as diverse as they are, big ones, small ones, and so forth, is a challenge, and Karen's department manages that very well. Right. But then there's just a lot of different opportunities, whether it's healthcare or whether it's other entities out there in the community that want to get involved and want to find a way to make a difference for people that are struggling. And we are fortunate that quite a few of those partners out there consider us to be a worthy partner and a good organization to work with.
Right, and to name some of them, if that's what you'd like to hear, now that I've figured that out, we have Nemours is a partner with us on nutrition and feeding of early children, young children, early child care. We have partners in Goodwill. We have partners, really across the spectrum. Harbor House is a partner that we're working with now. We work with Christian Help. We work with so many others across the community that not only utilize the food but provide other services, and many of the partner agencies in our network also provide multiple services. So there's ample opportunity, because food is really at the base. And if we're not feeding little kids and we're not feeding seniors, nobody's going to be able to be successful with anything else.
Thank you so much for joining us in this segment to talk about the missions and goals of the Second Harvest Food Bank. I want to thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you, Christina.
Yeah, thank you, Christine. I appreciate it.
We're going to take a short break now, and when we return, we'll discuss the services provided through Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida and the programs that they provide. Stay tuned.